This is just a video about a little shed that I bought to put that lithium battery power generator that I built in the last video in. Don't want to keep these lithium batteries in the house because they can be dangerous. And so I decided I wanted to, pick up a little metal shed. And I bought a cheap shed off of Amazon during Prime days. And it turned out that when I unpacked it, it was junk. You can see all the damage to it. Shipping box was in good shape, no real damage or bends or anything, but yet everything inside of it had dents, kinks, and damage, and really just poorly made. And you can see I really didn't want to bother trying. I found this out after I unpacked it all, and I didn't really want to try to pack it back up, but I'm going to put a link to this, and I do not want you to buy it. I want you to avoid it. Look for another one. But, this is basically what I used. A 3 foot by 5 foot shed. It's actually under 3 foot by 5 foot. And I'm just going to go through a couple of the details of, what this thing looked like and how it went together. And you start with the frame for the base, and you just start screwing the panels on, and I started seeing that nothing really fit together tight, big gaps and stuff between the panel pieces and everything. So, rain definitely would come in and there would be leaks to this. But I just wanted to show you that it's far from perfect, and I would not buy this one. And everything did come with a plastic coating on it, but it didn't help with the dents. I guess it helped keep it from being scratched up. And basically it was all the panels. I should have really packed it up and sent it back, but I just didn't feel like it because it's just so heavy. And there again, you can see how the panels are all warped and they don't fit together. Then on the roof, this front rail for the roof you screw to is so thin that the screws strip out before you can tighten them. I've never seen anything quite so bad. But anyhow, I did pick up a sheet of this aspenite, I guess they call it. And I'm just going to use this for the base of it, and I'm going to put it on a pallet. I grabbed the track saw and the centipede and set it up and cut it. These two things are really handy for breaking down sheets. I use them all the time, and they do work perfect. So I got that all set, and there's an old skid I had laying around. It's a little bit oversized for the shed. So I decided I had some old paint laying around, and I put like 3 coats of paint on this board because I know that this stuff is not weatherproof. So I put some outside paint on it, some exterior, and decided to just throw a little bit of glue on there. And this is only temporary, I just wanted to be able to move it around easy, yet have a floor in it to keep animals out. So I took some of the quarter-inch crown staples and just stapled it down here and there to keep it from moving around. And this thing kind of has to be able to stand up to a little bit of wind too. So then it was pretty easy to just slide the pre-assembled building right on top of this skid here. And it's lightweight. I wish it was a little bit heavier, but I guess you get what you pay for. But I saw a lot of good reviews on Amazon, and that's why I'm a little bit upset here. And then I decided to try to put some quarter crown staples around the outside. Some of them went in and some of them didn't. So I wound up going back and putting some extra self-drilling screws around the outside there, just so has a little bit of wind resistance. And then I just took the old tube of silicone caulk and went all around the bottom and the cracks that are open and stuff, just to try to keep moisture out as much as I can. So that's basically what it looks like, and how I put it together. And if it didn't have all the dents and stuff, then it would be a nice little building. But you can see it's it's nice and bright inside there, and it'll be perfect size for lithium batteries. And like I said, I just don't want them in the house because they're dangerous if something goes wrong with charging them or a short in them. And I did go back through and put some screws between those panels where they're warped, and the material was so thin that some of the screws just kind of bent the metal instead of pulling it together. So that's what you get. And there you can see the roof. Everything is kind of warped and twisted because, it's just such a lightweight material. But I guess, it's just temporary, so I can live with it. Just really wasn't worth the time putting it together. It took me about 6 hours to get this thing together. Alright, so now I've decided a house here where I'm going to put it. I got some bushes that I was going to take out 2 years ago. They're overgrown shrubs, and I'm actually have an allergy to this one that I'm cutting now. That's why I got the poles on. I'm trying to stay back. My eyes get burning and get all red and burning and stuff from this bush. Even when we open the windows inside, the pollen bothers me, so I'm cutting this one out first to start with for this project. And I also have to, do some other things like do the house wash and stuff now that I got it cleaned out. But there's the stump, one pretty good sized stump left on that. But this thing was humongous for it. Started out as a little plant when we bought the house, but it was just humongous and blocked everything and just looked ugly, and you couldn't trim it up anymore. So I hacked that up and wound up being 3 loads for Slowpoke, take it down in the woods, and then I grabbed out the Harbor Freight little trencher that I've got. I hadn't started this thing in 2 years and started right up. I couldn't believe it. I put some fresh gas in it and 2 pulls and it started. The little engines on these things are amazing. The Predator engines, I think. So using this claw, I'm going to take out that one stump to start with. I'll take out the next mungo pine in another video probably, but I'll show you this little thing. It's really been worth it. I've used it for a lot of little projects like this, and it's always done good and never had a problem with it. So it's just that having that one tooth there for it really makes a difference when you're taking out stumps. You cut the roots and break them out, and you don't have a big mess when you're done. You don't have to dig a big hole with it for the most part. And I did have 6 mil poly and gravel down here that is all going to be redone now too. But so I had to move some of that poly out of the way and just start digging, and you can see now I'll have clear access to get in there and wash the house, because this side is on the north side and it really does need a good cleaning. I was supposed to do it 2 years ago, but I've been putting it off. So you think, it does struggle. It's like riding a bucking bronco when you're on it and stuff, but it gets the job done and doesn't take too long. I've got this sped up here a little bit to show you. I didn't want you to have to sit here for 15 minutes and watch this. But it does do the job. I've been very happy with this thing. And this is going to allow me to, put that little building right here on the side. And it'll be about 3.5 feet from the house. So even if there is a fire, it shouldn't be a problem with the house. And I should be good to go until I get the permanent setup built. And as I said before, this is just going to be a test system to determine exactly how much solar I need and what it's going to do and what it's going to run. So a couple minutes later, got the stump out and ready to load. Not having a tractor, I sold my little John Deere with the loader on. Yeah, I got it. But not having a tractor around, stuff like this really does help too. Still looking for a tractor. Hopefully I'll get one soon. But, you really miss one when you don't have it. So this makes it an easy job to get that. I mean, that's probably only about 250 pounds with the dirt in it and stuff, but still this thing makes it a real easy job to load up, and so I can take it down and dump it in the woods. Alright, all loaded up and ready to go dump. So again, this tooth that I put on it really does do a good job. All right, then I did rake it over a little bit, and I'm just going to put down a piece of poly. And as I said, this whole area is going to be redone, but for now I just, put it under the shed so I don't get a lot of weeds growing out of there. I still have to do the rest of it, and loaded it up on the back of the BX and brought it down to just put it in place. And that's a pretty easy job with this. It would have been easier with forks on the front of the tractor, but don't have a loader anymore. Anyhow, I did pick up this set of forks off of eBay. It's a 3-point hitch pallet fork. I got it for under $200 on eBay after I sold the other tractor and made some modifications to it, so I can still move around up to about 700-800 pounds, I guess, with this without a problem. So that's my main helper now. So the shed's sitting in position there. You see it's a little over 3 feet from the house. It's by the antenna pole, and just so happened to have an 8-foot ground rod there in the ground, so I can actually put a ground to the building and stuff too. Get that straightened out. And again, here's those quick look at those pallet forks that I bought, and I did do some welding on there. I added some hitches and some chain carriers and some E-track and stuff like that. So real handy when you don't have a loader. I'm real happy, and they do flip up like that, so that you can leave them on all the time and just use it like a tow hitch. And there's my generator input there, so it's only a couple feet down to plug it in. So I'm going to stop here because it's getting way too long, and I just wanted to show you that I'm starting to get it set up so I can bring that over and hook it up. And I still have some house washing and some work to do on the landscaping and stuff there. So at this point, I'm just going to say, okay, this is it for now, and I'll be back with a part 2 in a little while. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.